Have you ever heard about Qurbani animals being rejected and wondered why that happens? It's a question that touches the heart and the mind, especially when we want our sacrifice to be accepted by Allah and to carry the blessings we seek. Today, let's uncover the hidden rules behind why some Qurbani animals are rejected and what that means for us as Muslims who want to follow the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad with sincerity and care. Imagine standing in the marketplace, surrounded by beautiful animals, sheep, goats, camels, or cows, all ready to be sacrificed in the name of Allah. But amidst this scene, some animals are turned away, deemed unsuitable, and you ask yourself, why? What makes a Qurbani animal rejected? The answer lies deep within the Islamic teachings, the wisdom of the Sharia, and the guidance that comes directly from the Quran, the Hadith, and the practices of the Prophet and his companions. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Hajj, verse 36, "And the camels and cattle we have appointed for you as among the symbols of Allah. For you therein is good." These animals are gifts, sacred symbols meant for a purpose beyond meat. They are meant to be perfect sacrifices, reflecting our sincerity and obedience. The Prophet Muhammad set clear guidelines about the conditions of the Qurbani animals to ensure the sacrifice is pure and acceptable. One of the most important teachings comes from the hadith recorded by Imam Muslim, where the Prophet said, "There is no udiyah, sacrifice, except from a healthy, unblemished animal." This means the animal must be free from major defects that diminish its value or show signs of suffering that would make the sacrifice less than perfect. The scholars classify these defects into several categories, such as blindness, lameness, a broken horn, or wounds, all of which indicate that the animal is not in the proper condition for Qurbani. But why does this matter so much? Because the sacrifice we offer is a reflection of our respect and love for Allah. It is an act of worship, and like any act of worship, it requires sincerity, care, and adherence to Allah's commands. The rejection of an animal is not a punishment, it is a mercy, a way to protect the sanctity of the sacrifice and ensure that we do not offer something unworthy to the most merciful. Imagine the story of Abdullah ibn Abbas, the cousin of the Prophet, who was known for his deep knowledge and care in following the Sunnah. When he performed Qurbani, he would carefully inspect the animals, making sure they met the criteria, showing us the importance of attention to detail in our worship. The rejection of animals also has a social dimension. It ensures that the meat given to the poor, the family, and the community is wholesome and pure. The Prophet said in a hadith reported by al-Bukhari and Muslim that the best meat to give in charity is from the Qurbani, but only if it is free from defects. This teaches us that the act of giving must be done with respect and honor to those who receive it. But here's a powerful question to reflect on. If the animal is rejected because of a defect, does that mean our sacrifice is wasted? Absolutely not. The Prophet taught us that intention is everything. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 225, "Allah does not impose blame upon you for what is unintentional in your oaths, but He imposes blame upon you for what your hearts have earned." Similarly, if an animal is rejected through no fault of your own, your intention remains pure, and your sacrifice is still valid in the sight of Allah. It's a reminder to us all that while we strive for perfection, it is the purity of our heart and the sincerity of our intention that truly counts. So what can we do to avoid having our Qurbani animals rejected? The scholars advise that we purchase animals that meet the Islamic criteria. Animals that are healthy, mature enough, for sheep and goats, typically 1 year old, for camels at least 5 years old, free from major defects, and well taken care of. By doing this, we honor the Sunnah and ensure our sacrifice is accepted. Remember the story of the Prophet Ibrahim, who was tested with the command to sacrifice his son. He prepared with full trust and obedience. Similarly, preparing our Qurbani with care is part of our devotion and submission to Allah's commands. This hidden wisdom in the rules of Qurbani animals teaches us discipline, mindfulness, and respect, qualities that strengthen our iman and bring us closer to Allah's mercy. In conclusion, the rejection of some Qurbani animals is a manifestation of the mercy and wisdom embedded in Islamic law, protecting the sanctity of our worship and ensuring that our sacrifices are worthy and accepted. It calls us to reflect on our intentions, to seek knowledge, and to uphold the Sunnah with care and love. May Allah accept our sacrifices, forgive our shortcomings, and make our acts of worship a source of immense blessings for us and our communities. Ameen. If you found this enlightening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so together we can spread authentic knowledge that uplifts our ummah. Until next time, may peace and blessings be upon you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.